got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news, I am the bad news. And in this video, we hit the Team San Diego Bassheads monthly bass meet for the month of April 2024. That's how you pull up to the bass meet. So Team San Diego Bassheads host a monthly car meet at the Mission Bay South Shores boat launch area, and they share all the information for the bass meets and for any upcoming events on the San Diego Bassheads Facebook group. There's a link down in the description for that Facebook group, and that's where all the information gets put out. Like, that's where I get the information from. You know, you can go there and check it out yourself and maybe join the group if you're in the area. But yeah, link in the description. The meets are open to anybody that wants to come check out some really nice car audio builds, get some demos. Or one of my favorite things is to talk to the people that are like more ahead of the game than you and kind of learn what you need to know to get yourself to that next level, you know what I'm saying?
Because limos get dual alternators. All I have to do is just take the belt and just stretch it forward a little bit.
Yeah.
I rev the engine a little bit and it just like
jump. Yeah, hell yeah. Nice. Oh, and a little side note real quick, I finally got monetized, so big shouts out to all my regular viewers. If you're new here, thanks to you too, because it is because of the new viewers that really drive that kind of stuff. But big shout out to my returning viewers and to the people that have been watching the channel for a minute. Finally got monetized, and I really do appreciate it. It's because of you guys. It's because you guys actually, you know, f with the content. So big shout outs to you guys. And without much further ado, let's get into the bass meet. I want to start this one by giving a quick shout out to Fabian, who was in the Silverado work truck that we checked out in the last bass meet video. It was the very first car that I checked out in the last video, and I forgot his name. So it's Fabian. That's Fabian shit. So shouts out to Fabian. My bad. Yeah, so when I first pulled up, I ran into Gunny Laz. He was in the Bass Wars video, and I know he was in at least one other bass meet video. Since the last time we seen him, he got this super dope bass knob that matches his truck. I think it's just awesome, man.
Look at this f***ing shit. That's crazy.
I think I did pretty good.
Hell yeah.
It's like one of those, like, you run it across the floor.
Just a bullshit.
Yeah.
Nice.
This was my old knob. I just took it apart, drilled a hole. Boom, there it was, boy.
That's
it was black, so I painted it white. So I just taped it off, painted it, got a little bit of overspray, but hey, $5 in a half hour of my work. Right. There it is, bro. Something unique, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely don't see that every day. I mean, you did pretty good, right?
He had also switched up the wiring for his NSV6 18s, and he was now powering them with the Power US 15K. When we saw him last time, he had the, I think the Ruthless 8K in there, or 8.5K or whatever, and now he's on a Power US 15K, so a little bit more juice for him. I'm pretty sure some of the LEDs were new too, but you know, whatever. If you really want to know, go check out my last videos. While I was checking out Gunny's truck, I couldn't help but overhear Richard giving a demo in his Tacoma. I didn't actually hop in this time and get a demo myself, so you have to forgive me, but it's loud enough, all right? He's one of those trucks that, like, you don't have to be in his truck to get a demo from his truck, you know what I'm saying? I will make sure I get a demo next time though. But anyway, he's got 4.5 Neo 18s. They're the 4.11s, I think. And each one has its own Power US 15K. I know in the video it looks like there's only two 15Ks, but trust me, those two are actually stacked on top of the other two. So it's actually 2 and 2. It's a serious amount of power. So he's throwing a 15,000 watt amp at each one of those 18s. It's just ridiculous. In each door, he has 3 Audison 6.5s, a 3.5 I couldn't really identify, and a couple tweeters. Everything gets its power from a couple DC power alternators that feed a lithium bank. And even though I've seen this truck a bunch of times, I never actually noticed until I was editing this video that his truck was supercharged. It just goes to show you like how different your mindset is when going to one type of car show versus another type of car show. If I went to a race car meet, obviously I'm gonna see a turbo. I'm gonna notice a supercharger. At a bass meet, I'm counting alternators. I never even noticed that his shit was supercharged. That's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, his truck always draws a crowd because it's just ridiculous. Like, the doors of his truck are just always trying to jump off. Every demo, the doors just look like they're ready to just fly off, you know? I mean, it's not many people that got that metal step bar flex. Like, come on. Next to Richard's Tacoma was Kenyama's Chevy Avalanche that we checked out in a previous video. Last time I seen it, I didn't actually get a chance to look inside, and it turns out he actually swapped out his sub, so now he's running 3.5 Neo 3.5s.
Oh yeah, I missed out.
On a Ruthless, looks like an 8.5K.
Should I really even start?
Next, we checked out Clay's Tahoe, which is another one we've seen a couple times. Since the last time we saw it, he installed this dope center console. It's got the iPad front and center and then a switch panel for like LEDs and fans and like his amps and a couple other things. And it's also got a LF Audio high precision voltmeter. If you guys don't know LF Audio, Google Loud Fiat. Check that out. Tell him DaBadNewz sent you. He normally runs 4 Sundown XV315s, but he was currently running 2 of them as the other 2 needed a little bit of work. You know how it goes. After that, we checked out Psychedelic Scott's Stealth F-150. He's got a Sundown Neo 8 and 6.5 in each door. And then also has DS18 tweeters and a DS18 coax in the A-pillar. The Sundown 15s are powered by a Power US 15K, and the mids and highs are powered by a JP34AB. And he didn't even have to close the doors to give a pretty good demo. He had the passenger door and the rear door open, and you could just stand there and just catch a super nice demo just like that. Like, that was perfect. He has a battery bank hiding under the box and a battery delete under the hood. That's when I checked out Tanner's Silverado from Team Subsonic. It's got 4 Scar SVR 12s on a Terram's base 5K. He also had a couple Scar 6.5s in each door, and they were powered by a Scar 100.4 AB. Across from Tanner, Raul was giving a demo in his flaked out Altima with the 2 Pride S5 18s. I think it was like the first or second bass meet that I went to. I had never seen Prides in person, and I was like, damn, those things are serious. So yeah, shout out to Raul. Each one of his Pride S5 18s is powered by a DD M5A.
8K.
8K each.
I'm putting out about 10, 11.
Damn.
He also had DD amps for the mids and highs.
Oh, okay.
These are 6.5s, the 3s and tweets. 2200 watts, 800.
Yeah.
I'm running like 3000 watts on the boards. And digital processor.
Oh, just this processor.
And for the mids and highs, he had 4 Bema 6.5s in each door. That's when Victorio rolled up in his truck, La She-Hulk. In the last bass meet video, we checked out his Sentra, and I had mentioned that I didn't know at the time that La She-Hulk was his. We had checked out La She-Hulk, but just like real quick at Bass Wars, like, you know, a while back. So it was cool that, you know, he actually brought out La She-Hulk this time. So I really like this one just because it's got its own kind of attitude, you know what I mean? Just like his Sentra, he's got the 6.5s just bolted to the doors. I love that kind of style, man. I love like show car, fancy, molded to the everything. Like, I love that style, but at the same time, I love to like put that shit on the wall and just make it slap, you know what I mean? Like, it's just for function, you know, like I like both. Anyway though, he's got 2 massive audio Hippo 12s, and they sit in a big ass box just right there in between the driver and passenger. And he has them powered by a Terram's base 5K. He had some CT Sound 6.5s in some little boxes that were bolted to the doors, and then he had a Timpano 6.5 in a little box that was shooting right at the passenger. And to be honest, I kind of love that speaker placement. Something about that just seemed really cool to me, just having it like blasting right there. Like, I don't know if it's the best for the stereo image and all that, but as far as just getting sound to your face, it was cool. I liked it. He also had a bass processor, which allowed me to get a demo and some more period correct music. So he gave me a demo with some 80s music, some 90s music, and then he threw it all the way back to some 50s music. and I thought that was really cool. And I've been looking at bass processors for a minute, kind of wondering if it's something I should add to my system. And I really gotta give a shout out to Victorio for helping me understand what results I could get if I installed one. Next to La She-Hulk was Mo in his Silverado with the 4 Pride S5s.
Pride S5s.
Pride S5s. 18s?
18s.
And a giant ass 56 cubic foot 4th order. I could not believe when he told me that was 56 cubes.
About 56 cubes.
You say 56? 5'6".
Yeah.
Reasonable, but just like, damn. I got like 7.5. It's like you and the guy she tells you not to worry about. Anyway, each S5 was on its own DD Audio Z12000. So 12,000 watt RMS amp per sub. And you have 4 of them in a 4th order. You do the math. That shit slapped like crazy. It gets super windy in there, and he had the screws jumping out the door panels. That truck is slowly tearing itself apart. In the doors, he had a 4-way front stage with 2 tweets, a 3.5, a 6.5, and an 8.
Yeah, you always gotta be fucking with something.
And under the hood, he had 3 high output alternators keeping the battery bank fed. And that thing is just nasty, you know what I mean?
That motherfucker go hard. I got to step my game up. I'm around that tonight. That motherfucker nasty.
And that's coming from somebody who blew out their windshield at Bass Wars.
Oh no. Did it 60, then 55, 30 seconds on music.
After a quick demo from Mo, I ran into Trevor with the Civic. With the clean Avatar 12 on a Teramp's MD 1800. He was running Defbont Sylvester 6.5s in the doors.
You got here Sylvester's?
Yeah, Sylvester's.
And then had those powered by their Machete MLA 4080.
Sexy, what a goddamn mistress. 2 a.m. you all up in my goddamn business. Thinking about you, I can't even handle this. I'm lifted. I you like I told you when I hit you up that time I lied.
After that, I checked out Russell's Explorer with his new 6th order with his 2 SSA Evil 15s on a Shock 8K.
Those are SSA Evil.
He also had a couple of Defbont 6.5s in the doors and some DS18 tweets. The next car is one we saw a while back in the Bass Wars video. I had talked about Joe and his Hyundai and him winning 1st place at his first event, but we didn't get a chance to actually see what he was running. So this time we're gonna see how he got that plaque. He's running 2 Scar EVL 12s on a Teramp's Big Boss 3. At Bass Wars, he had the box turned around so the subs and the port were facing the trunk, but he's been playing around with placement and stuff like that.
I want to see how I meter with it this way. Everyone at the last event was telling me to flip it around, so.
All right, so for this next one, I gotta give a big shout out to JB for coming through. He told me he had heard about the bass meets from watching one of my previous bass meet videos, and he decided to come check it out for himself and, you know, thought it was pretty decent. So big shout out to JB for like watching the video and then actually coming through. I hope I see you at the next one, man. As far as his car, he's got a Tahoe with a kicker
L7S 15.
Oh, there we go. Nice, nice.
on a Harmony Audio 1500. In the doors, he had the dual 6.5 mounts with the Scar TX and Pioneer component speakers. And he also had another pair of the Pioneers and the C-pillars acting as rear fills.
The same Pioneers.
Oh, I didn't see that. Bro, everybody has rear fills but me. Next up is Alex's Ranger. And this is another one that we saw in the Bass Wars video.
Official qualifying scores, Alex 143.16 dB.
But we didn't get a chance to actually like really check out the inside of. But he's wrapped it since then, so it might look a little different. And when I hopped in, I couldn't help but notice that he had that Bass Wars plaque, you know, front and center right there, just letting everybody know, you know, I ain't even mad at him. I would have had it right there too. He had 4 PRV 6.5s and a titty panel on the roof, and then a horn right there front and center just strapped to the box. In the box, he had a Sundown 12 powered by a Teramp's, I think 3K, but I honestly, I don't remember. His mids and highs grab power from a Scar RP 150.4 AB. I really like Alex's build because he just threw speakers wherever he could fit them. He has some DS18 Neos in the grill.
I got it for 100 bucks. Those speakers were like 350 new. And they're brand new when I got them.
Everything gets its power from an Autotech alternator that was supplying power to the lithium bank he had in the back seat. And I gotta give a big shout out to Alex for showing me his SoundStream bass processor, because I've been kind of curious about bass processors, and he kind of talked to me about his for a minute. Helped me decide that, you know, it might be something I need to look into. Hey, it's for sale.
2 years behind?
2 years behind? For real? Let me know.
Let me know.
So the last car we're gonna talk about is Jesse's super clean town car on Vogues.
And he got some Vogues on it.
The luxury base build.
Shift use, don't you?
With 2 Sundown U18s.
Shall hop in the back right here.
These are U18s. They're 3,000 max, 15 RMS, and 8K on it.
On a Taram's MD 8K. I didn't catch which mids and highs he had, but they grab power from a couple MTX Thunder 75.4s. The whole system gets power from an Autotech alternator under the hood.
320, I believe.
That he has mounted backwards to a dual alternator bracket.
It's the bracket that they use on the limos.
That feeds a Yinlong 90 amp hour bank and wired up with some snakes. I love the little snake looking wire wraps. That came out super clean. And this is one of the reasons that I love going to the bass meets, is because you end up learning all the little tips and tricks and like kind of like insider secrets, you know what I'm saying? That dual alternator bracket was an OEM piece because they use them on the limo versions to power all the extra accessories.
Was that a custom bracket, or did they just make
So
that?
the bracket, it's the bracket that they use on the limos, because limos get dual alternators.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, that's a life hack. If you're looking for a new car to do a bass build in, picking one that you know you're gonna be able to find a dual alternator bracket fairly easily that will help you supply the power to supply the amps, that supply the subs. Like, that's something to think about. That's like advanced game, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's talking about, oh, do the big 3. That's basics. Planning your car so far in advance that like you buy a car based on which one has dual alternator brackets available from the factory. Pfft, Einstein shit. Anyway though, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this bass meet. See all this? If you're not here, you missed out. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments which feature you like the most or which one you'd like to see more of in the future. If you've never seen my channel before, the channel is normally about car audio, but I'm into pretty much anything custom cars or DIY maintenance and modification related, so there's a lot of that in this channel. So if you're in that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend you subscribe. You can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok at DaBadNewz, DaBadNewz. You can support the channel by checking out the links in the description. Some of those links are affiliate links, which means that as an affiliate, I'll receive a small commission. You'll pay nothing extra, and it's really just a nice way to support the channel. And with all of that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, so I'll see the bad news first.